All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Let's go ahead and get started here. So, welcome to Trendy Trading. This is going to be your update, just kind of what we've done this morning, what I expect, and what I'm getting into before the end of the day, or already what am I into. Let's go ahead and go over the neutral strategy. This is something that we pushed out onto YouTube this week. We want to show people we know what we're talking about here. We have the best levels out there. I'm going to go ahead and go over those with you. SPY, Qs, DIA, and IWM just really quick. So please bear with me. So first things first, what you'll notice here in the neutral in the SPY, this is a 4-hour chart. And what you're seeing is price came into the EMA cloud, right? I use a 9, 13, 22, no secrets there. Price pulled back into that. Price did go a bit above that. And this yellow cloud here is what we call a trendy edge. We covered that in the video as well. Those are your weeklies. And as long as price is staying above there, I am looking for it to at least get up into 447.29. If we close there, so in about what, 53 minutes from now, if we close underneath this, I would just say a little bit of caution going into tomorrow morning, as we could see a little pullback tonight in the futures. But as long as price is holding 444.4 for this week, I do expect things to continue up. All right, so let's look at the triple Qs, QQQ, NASDAQ. Price moved over 370.65. We go to look to go long. We're almost into T1 here. We already have traders in the room taking advantage of this. One trader who's just brought up their PL for the day, a quick 1,000 just right out of the top of this neutral. Big deal. Congratulations. Really easy, really. You just sit there and wait. Over here on the DIA, I want to show you. Remember, when price is underneath the trendy edge, we look for it to be resistance until it's not. Notice that price pushed up this morning right into the trendy edge, and then you're seeing resistance here. All right? That's what happens. When we're above trendy edges or above the levels I'm giving you, look for them to be support. When we're under them, look for them to be resistance. Case in point, I specifically went over this in my broad market analysis. When price moves down into the lower levels, we look to buy, especially when the overall trend is green. Did you buy this level? Maybe, maybe not. Here, you do not want to buy into resistance. So for right now, we're just kind of locked between 351.60 and that 353. Everything between there is just noise. Leave it alone. We'll see if we can get over 353 this week on the Dow Jones. And if we can, I would expect things start to move up. But for right now, definitely a neutral. IWM, it started to just barely break just right over that 225.24, and so far we're coming back inside a neutral. This doesn't surprise me. IWM has been lagging. It's definitely not a leader. We had this trade last week. I did not take this trade yet, and we sold here at this pink line, which is the trendy edge. And again, that is resistance until proven otherwise. This week, I'm not a big fan until we could start to see bids come in and hold on the day. So I need to respect that daily candle. When the day closes, then I'll look to see if price can hold above that 225.24. Okay? Very, very important. All right, let's go here and move on. We're going to minimize this. And I'm in some FDX, and what I want to see today, I have a long-term trade, 90 plus days, okay? So I'm not doing anything here. Matter of fact, I thought about adding. I have not added. I want to see if we can get above 228.35. We have not got above that, but for the week, I really need to see us get above 228.35. Remember, this is in the cloud. It's going to be a difficult trade, but what I'm concentrating on is right here. We are accumulating here around the trendy edges, and as long as these levels hold for this month, then I do see price moving back up towards this pivot high here. Okay, probably pull back just a tad here on FDX for a bit, and then once we go bid over this, I'll be looking for a move up into this level here, 243.38, and then finally closing that gap at around 250, 255. That's what I'm looking for in the next 90 days. Okay, this is a void trade for me if we start to go ASK under 217. I always like to say that because I don't want people to think I'm saying ask under that level, then I'll jump out. Okay, now what are some of the things that we did today? I think this is important. I took some Netflix, right? Netflix, they have earnings. So what do we do here? Right? I'm just trying to make a little bit of money. We're up about 8% in this trade. I have received some DMs here, and some traders have taken that position off. So that's okay, right? Nobody wants to hold this stuff into earnings, or do you? So there's a couple things that I want to consider before earnings. And disclaimer, it says here on Thinkorswim that earnings is 10:19 after market. That's tomorrow. Sometimes, it's not all the time, but there have been occurrences in the past where this is the wrong information. So just understand that. It gets really risky around earnings to be holding anything. What I noticed today, nice little pull right into the trendy edge. We started to go bid. We have buyers above the cloud again. And right here before the close, we're moving up into the top trendy edge. I would expect a nice little run here in the next before close into that 637 by 640. And if we close up here, I'll probably end up closing this. But I do want to tell you that I have the opportunity to sell a call against it and just make this a call debit spread into earnings. Okay, currently I have the 700 call 19 November that I paid $5.60 for. These are going for $6 right now. Okay, I closed out my trip. I'm not going to go over that. Overall, that was a great trade. I closed out Square. Overall, great trade. Nothing to really go there. I went over FDX. Let's go over Amazon really quick. And by the way, guys, I will be doing tonight, I'll be doing a video that I push out to show you how you can trade using the right levels into earnings with a low risk, higher probability trade that can pay you nicely. All right. One thing I do not encourage traders to do is just do a Hail Mary and buy a lotto into earnings, because you could be wrong on both sides. I personally like to approach that with spreads. That's just me. Okay. All right, so here's Amazon trade. This was our blueprint for our members this morning. Now, I already had a credit spread, so to be fair, I already made 80% on this trade, okay? And now what I did was I bought a butterfly, okay? So I bought a butterfly, and those numbers currently are 35.40 by 35.60 by 35.80, and that's the call side. Now that's a low risk. I'm only risking about, I think, $60-$70 for almost $2,000 for a return. What I'm looking for is a move here around the trendy edge and just a bit above that, especially if some of the popular names start reporting this week and they look good and surprise people, right? Like Netflix, Snap, just names that really bring a lot of momentum into the market. So what I want to be doing is utilizing spreads in this case. I don't want to be in something heavy and then we have a popular name report and then all of a sudden we get a big pullback in the market or some kind of reset. So I'd much rather make money on the way up, close those naked directionals, and then buy spreads. Okay? So again, that's what I have planned for Amazon. But tonight on Netflix, again, I'll be making a video to show you guys how I can trade into earnings, something I really like to do. Now, PINS, P-I-N-S, this did come back a little bit. I posted something there on Twitter just to kind of show you guys. I have a longer term position on this, 32 days out. I'm currently holding the 57.5s. Okay. What we're looking at on the left-hand side is your daily, and on the right-hand side, a 10-minute chart. I'm going to take this a bit further out, especially because we're plus 30 days. I want to show you what I'm looking at. Okay. So let's go ahead and change this on the right-hand side to a daily, and on the left-hand side a weekly. All right, first things first, anytime you're looking at a trade that's underneath the cloud, you need to grade this. All right. It needs to have some sort of grade. Let's say you're 1 through 3 or you're A through C, A being the best. All right. Is this an A setup? No. It's underneath the cloud. We expect there to be resistance. Where would you actually fit this into? Well, it came into a trendy edge. We expected a bounce here. So at least give it a B. We have some sort of support here. So this is a B setup for me, and I'm looking for a move into this pink level up here, which gives me about 57. Time is the variable. Weekly ATR, or average true range, or trading range, whatever you want to call it, is at or around $5. Add that 5 to that 53, and that puts us up into the pink level. You don't think it can be done? Well, that's okay. You buy a little bit of time. Maybe it doesn't happen this week. But let me show you something right there on Twitter. I gave you guys coin before anybody started talking about it, and we used our levels, the trendy edge here. Matter of fact, members know that. And I remember thinking to myself, like, let's shoot for the pink level, but I don't think it will happen that fast. And it literally happened within a week. So you can see here, this setup from trendy edge to trendy edge is a banger. Matter of fact, there's some certain levels in here that we teach. Once we hit those, we have an 85% probability that we will hit that upper pink line. If you want to learn more about it, come to Trendy Trading and I'll teach you. We try not to keep any secrets here. All my trades are straight from my brokerage account into my Discord room within milliseconds. That includes entries, trims, stops, gain and loss, whatever. It's all there just to show proof of concept, okay? Now, the weekly on coin, folks, to me, it feels like, man, am I chasing something here at this point, right? I'm sure all of you know and feel that way as well. I would have to say it feels like you're chasing. However, technically speaking, we are just getting out of the cloud, folks. This is an A setup for me, and the reason why is because we're above the cloud and we're holding the trendy edge, which is your support right here. Now notice I have the future level here. What I'd like to see for today is that we can hold this future level, which is around 289.15. 289.15. Okay, I would expect buyers to jump in there if we were to pull back. So let's just go ahead. We're going to at least place an alert right in that area. If we come back to that, I would expect buyers to step in. Now look up and to the left. What do you have going on? This is pretty simple. Look to the left. You can see this wick is in the way. That's where price came to, right? Also, if you look to the left, inside and down. So this is not an easy place for coin to go through. So a setup, but we have a yellow flag because we're actually pushing into and around a pocket of resistance here, or supply, whatever you want to call it, okay? By the way, guys, my PL here on our swing trades looking really good today. I hope yours are too. And then we'll go over some losers in a minute because we can't all win, right? If somebody's telling you they're just winning trades, they're full of you know what. So anyways, coin looking really good. I'm looking for 303. This is a pocket of supply. This is what it should look like. We move into here, pull back, digest for maybe a week or even 2 to 3 days, and then I want you to put it back on your radar because once it goes bid and makes a higher high, we should freely move up into this 360 area. Do not forget that they do have earnings on 11/11 after market. Okay, very important for you to understand that. All right, so moving on down here, let's look at a few more. ROKU, what a banger today, right? Pretty crazy. Up $17, folks. So I've done well on this. I also got stopped out on this on Friday. This, and I said this before I took the trade, ROKU has a personality. It's whippy, right? It'll whip you out, it feels like, when you get into it. You just got to time it perfectly. From a TA perspective, the reason why I liked it is because it came into our box here. You see that box? This is where I bought last week. And this is what happens when you buy in the box. But it pulled back enough to where I was like, you know what? I'll take a look at it on Monday. And this was the result. Folks, let me tell you something right now. If you're thinking about this trade, for me, if it can hold 336, we see 366. Time is the variable. Weekly ATR is $35.68. Do your math. It's only moved $17. It still has some room to run. I think the next target is 347, and then we come inside on a day, at least a day or two, and then you need to put it back on your radar and then look for higher highs and then look for that target to the upside at or around 366. It looks great. I am looking for on the weekly, once this can get over 350.21, which is confluent with the cloud, we're out of that cloud. It becomes an A setup, especially on a swing trade. All right. So again, that is ROKU. Let's go ahead and move on. So I went ahead and took some Apple, guys. We are up on our Apple trade as well. I think our timing was perfect. Let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, so check out this chart. This one's a beauty. I mean, seriously, this is like, I don't even know what to tell you. You got Amazon running, you got Facebook running, you got Netflix running, you got all these guys running. Apple's been acting like an ETF, just kind of going sideways. They had a little bit of news the other day about production or something. It's always the same crap for the last 10 years. It was just a catalyst to move price to the downside into a support level. Buyers came in, retail got shook. It's the same story. We're over the cloud. We're looking for price to push into 147.66 and then over that into 149.46. Right now, far as I'm concerned, 145.5 needs to hold, and we can see those levels to the upside. That is Apple. My next one here is going to be Chewy. Got in, got out, had a really nice big position. I traded it in the wrong account. You guys saw that come through on the intraday trading. I made some money there, and I decided, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and close those and trade it with the right account. So now it's in the bigger account, and you got to see that as well. And that is sitting really nicely. We are in the 60 calls, 19 November. I'm in at 619. They're going for 680, something like that. Okay? What I'm seeing technically, inside and up on the weekly, and I'm looking for this pink level, the trendy edge, at or around $69.80 to about $70. Okay? All right. So that's what's going on, Chewy. As far as the day is concerned, see over here on the right, guys, we should be able to push really nice here towards the end of the day, possibly into 66.5 by 67. We just need to hold that 65.14. All right. All right. So that's Chewy. What about NVDA? I traded NVDA as well. We did the 222.5 calls for 19 November. Those are going for $9.30 now. What I decided to do was take it a step forward and go into some weeklies with some profits. And then those are currently sitting at 18%. So 18%, we got in $1.53. They're $1.82. I bought the 225 calls. Okay? 225 calls. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to pull up NVIDIA because I think that's smart. We need to look at the technicals there. All right, $4.19. This is also not the easiest trade. I remember thinking this morning, wait a minute, so AMD is up like $4, and we couldn't even get this guy running at all. But look at NVIDIA. This is what we call an ACDC. All right, accelerator, decelerator equals to ME. So we're looking for 227, folks. I'd like to see a gap up into 227. If we can continue on a strong note today. I don't know about you, but it feels like something's coming in the SMH sector, right? Anybody else feel that way? It sure the heck feels that way, folks. So when I come over here and look at the ETF, I'm looking up and to the left. This SMH looks like it could move. It looks like it could move towards 274, which is another $10, which tells me NVIDIA, right? AMD, IBM, all of these. Just be on the lookout. This thing looks set up. We're above the cloud here. And again, this is a beautiful setup. I love what I'm seeing here. So just keep these things on your watch. Okay. BAC. Check out BAC's coming back for us a little bit. I added to that. That is a current loser, but holy crap, man. How many wins do we have today? Right? It's like one of those things. You got 10 darts. You got one balloon. 9 darts hit a balloon, and do you complain about the last one not hitting? I don't know. It doesn't expire until Friday, so let's just relax, have a good day. I think everything's going really well here. Also, what I'll be doing with that NVIDIA video tonight, not NVIDIA, Netflix, is I'm going to make a video on Tesla. We're currently in Tesla, and we were up almost 50% on these. I think we also have some traders that came in here trading equity. It looks like they're up pretty big. Very nice trade, up almost $30 today. What is to come for earnings? Well, I'm going to share that tonight in the video. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you like this video. Make sure you retweet it. Give me some love and some support. Go follow my YouTube channel. Do all those things, and I'll be happy to share my knowledge with you. We are definitely looking for Fibonacci extensions in this case because we're almost at all-time highs here going into earnings. But also, you need to know where that support is to the downside. We could do iron condors into earnings. We could do some debit spreads. I'll talk about all that tonight in the video. So once again, I really appreciate everybody. Don't forget to check us out at TrendyTrading.co. There's some free resources there. Check out my video that is pinned to this Twitter account. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Pay attention to those things because they are making people money. And if, you know what, if it doesn't make money, I'm all about, being smart with my allocation, understanding risk with my options. Not everything has to go to zero, right? All right, you guys have a great day. This is great for a catch-up. Catch this video here if you need to know any more, and I will follow up at the end of the day. I look forward to trading futures with you tonight. Have a great day.